but the fighter who wakes up every single day, who maybe may not have amazing natural ability, but he wakes up every single day, goes to the gym, hits those drills, follows what he's supposed to do, more often than not, he'll be the one who'll win in the ring.
Keeping in mind the Todun Tak mentality, of course, I've got to ask you about your fitness
Yeah.
regime. Like, what did you do? How did you exercise? What was the weight training? What was the diet? Let young kids know and take that inspiration from you, Mr. Akhtar.
All right, wonderful, man. So, to start with, when I started, my entire training process was up until shoot. We had roughly about 7 to 8 months. So I got into training, immediately into boxing training. So 6 days a week, 3 hours every morning was dedicated to boxing. And then about an hour and a half to 2 hours at times in the evening was dedicated to weight training, strength training, and the aesthetic side of what the character needed to kind of look like to look picture good. And that was non-stop, no break, no excuses, day in, day out, 6 days a week for 8 months. So that's what it took to be able to do that. And the thing with boxing is you do require tremendous amounts of energy because you're burning a lot of calories and you're expending a lot of what they call cardiovascular strength, and your endurance has to be incredibly high. And to keep going, to find that right balance, you can't, of course you need protein because you want to look a certain way and you need your muscles to stay because you're burning all of that off while you're doing boxing training. So finding that right balance between how much protein goes in a day, how many carbs are needed, because you need that energy.
How much did you eat?
Training.
And what did you eat? Like, how many grams did you consume?
I think if I'm not mistaken, we at one point, we had gone up to roughly we started maybe at about 2,000 to 2,100 calories a day is what was going on. And then there was a portion that came where I had to kind of become bigger. So then we had even gone up to 3,000 calories a day at one point. And then we continued with 3,000 calories a day, but really cut down on all the exercise because I needed to completely get out of shape and get like a big belly and stuff like that. So I continued eating the way I was, but I wasn't burning. So, so it was just calorie deficit and calorie surplus really is what we were working towards. But again, these are things, you can of course educate yourself on, but it's always advisable to speak to people who know this better than you. Whatever I may say here, I have basic knowledge. There are people who studied this as of course as a science, and we must always speak to those people because they need to understand and different things work for different people. Not everyone can follow exactly the same diet and get the same result. Because our metabolic rates are different, the way we react to training is different, how many calories we may expend in the same amount of time is different. So that's where these experts come into play, and I just trusted them and followed their advice blindly.
What about the protein? Did you consume supplements to hit your protein mark? Did you eat all? I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, you had
eggs.
to. I was having. I was having egg whites. I was having chicken. I was having fish. We cut out as much red meat as we possibly could, and protein shakes. Yeah, so I was having 2 protein shakes a day, is what I would be having. And if I still felt hungry, because that would happen, given the amount of calories that were being burned, I'd even throw protein bar in there once in a while, like a low carb, high protein bar. Even that would happen. But there is a certain monotony to it, which your mind has to get used to. And it does at times get difficult when you're out and about and everyone's eating whatever they want and you have to sit on the side, with your own tiffin box and eat what's been asked of you. So you have to really make your mind strong when it comes to these things. But again, when you're inspired by the goal, these things tend to happen organically. Then it doesn't bother you as much.
I think when people are talking about Todun Tak mentalities, it's much more about overcoming the monotony than actually eating or exercising. All that's fun.
Oh, absolutely. Daryl Foster and Andrew both told me something that was very interesting. They're like, there is one thing which a boxer can have, which is natural ability. to fight and to be a great fighter. He's like, but the fighter who wakes up every single day, who may be may not have amazing natural ability, but he wakes up every single day, goes to the gym, hits those drills, follows what he's supposed to do, more often than not, he'll be the one who'll win in the ring. So basically training hard and being disciplined and focused will always trump natural ability when it actually comes to that moment of asking. So yeah, I mean, it absolutely is. Your largest battle is staying focused. That is your largest battle.